So recently I was lucky enough to get my hands on this Pioneer receiver. It's the SX5000. Now it's in a pretty decent condition. Of course it's got a little bit of dirt on it, but that's to be expected. These were available from 1976 to around 1980. So whichever way it is, this thing is older than what I am. So yeah, some dirt's to be expected, but overall the condition isn't bad. On the front, you will see that you've got your speaker selector, you've got speakers A, you've got speakers B, and you've got speakers A plus B. Now you can connect 4 speakers on this, but it is only a 2-channel amplifier. When we get to the back, I will show you why I say that. If you switch it on, you will see that the backlighting does come on. It's just very dim at the moment. That's going to be sorted out in time. You've got your bass knob adjustment, you've got the treble adjustment, you've got balance. Now on balance, there's a small little problem that when you adjust it, there's a crackling noise through the speakers. So that's going to be something on the pod side. We'll see if we're going to be able to clean it out or if we need to replace that pod. Your function selector, you can select between auxiliary, your record player, FM, AM, and the mic. You've got a tape input in the front, recording and playing. You've got your adjustment for the FM frequencies. That's still working throughout the whole range. You've got your volume adjustment, no scratching noises when adjusting the volume, so this pod will just get cleaned out just to be sure. You've got your FM muting, loudness button, and your tape monitor. Right, there you've also got the tuning needles, which will give you an indication of the signal, how good the signal is. And once you get a signal, this one needs to be centered, then you know you are good to go on that frequency. There you've got a power light, and there you've got a stereo light, neither of which is working at this point in time. Right. As for the outputs, I've tested on A and B outputs. It's working. It's playing through both sides. And yeah, let's get to the back of this amplifier and I'll show you some more. So on the back of this, you will see that here we've got the serial number sticker, still got the serial number on it, some model information. You've got your antenna connections, a ground connection. You've got auxiliary inputs, so that is for your record player, and this is for a normal auxiliary input. On this side, you've got a tape connector for recording and playing. Right, when it comes to the speaker output, and this is why I'm saying this is only a 2-channel amplifier, you can select either channel A or channel B, which gives you, which means that you only have to connect a 4 ohm driver. Right, but as soon as you put them together, you need to have 8 ohm or more drivers connected, which means it is bridging these channels. So when you bridge 8 ohm and 8 ohm, you get back to your 4 ohm. Right, so this is your 4 outputs, and no, it's not 4 channels. Here you've got your AC outlets for when you are connecting more components in this system. Right, I'm going to open it up. The case is loose at the moment, so I'm just going to take the case off and show you the insides of this. Okay, so to the inside of this amplifier. You will see that it's been collecting dust probably from around 1978, 76-ish. But yeah, that's going to be sorted out. When it comes to the lighting, why the lights are so dim, you will see at the top here, you've got your 3 bulbs. Now, this one is loose, this one I've taken out previously. You will see that it's got like the T10 style bulbs, and they have all discolored. Right, this is also causing them to not actually light up quite brightly. All of them are working, all 3 at the top are working, and they are just really dim. Right, so I'm in 2 minds still. Should I be replacing it with something original, or should I be replacing it with LED, which is going to last longer? I'll see when I get to it. The 2 lights that are going to be a little bit more tricky to sort out is there you will see the orange, right? That is the back of the power and the stereo light. Now, the rubber casing, I've got the rubber casing. I just took it off so that I can see what's going on. The rubber casing that the bulbs fit in, that is still there. So bulbs can be fitted, but the cabling for both has been removed. The cabling for the power and the stereo light is not there. Now the power light's going to be the easier one to sort out. On the top here, I can tap into this circuit here, and then we can have the power light working again. These lights come on, doesn't matter what function is selected anyways. So as soon as power comes on, I can tap power from there. When it comes to the stereo, so stereo light is only supposed to come on when the FM frequency that is being played is transmitting stereo, and the system detects that. So I have to find the signal. Now I have looked on the internet for service manuals for this. There are no service manuals on any of the forums. I have contacted Pioneer South Africa to try and help me out. No feedback from them. And I've also contacted Pioneer Global. No feedback yet. Okay, so I'm going to give them until, well, let's give them another 3 days. After that, I'm going to start stripping and doing everything manually. Right. So for the stereo light, how am I planning on fixing that? On this tuning board, you will see 3 chips. You've got a Pioneer chip over there. You've got a Pioneer chip over there. And let me just get this light out the way. And over here, you've got an Hitachi chip. Now going through all the information about the 3 chips, on the Hitachi chip, I noticed that there's a 19 kilohertz detection signal. Let me just get that chip in the center of the screen. Right, so that chip on pin 10 has got a 19 kilohertz detection. The FM radio stations are transmitting that signal to indicate that stereo is being transmitted. Okay. On pin 6 on that chip, you have got an output that goes to a stereo indicator light. Right, so we've got that. The thing is, I now have to wire that stereo light in. This chip activates the stereo light by grounding. Okay, so it grounds, pin 6 goes to ground. So I need positive on the light for it to light up. I can tap it from this circuit here, the positive, right? On whichever one of these two is going to be positive. But they are both blue, and they're both blue for a reason. This is an AC circuit. This is not a DC circuit. If I am tapping from this and it's AC, but that one is only going to ground, then it might cause a little bit of an issue, especially if I go LED. So what I'm planning on doing is on one of these wires, tap out a positive for it, put a diode in there so it only passes positive, and the other side through a resistor to protect the circuit, go through ground to pin 6 on that. Pin 6 has actually got a little pin sticking out on the PC board, which is empty right there where my finger is. Let me see if I can get right behind this capacitor here. So there's a pin that's empty. So I'm going to tap it from there, but there's going to be a protection circuit built onto that negative side as well, just to make sure that I don't blow up that IC. Right, if you look at the data sheet for that specific chip, it does mention that you have to put a 200 ohm resistor on there, but that is when you're using a filament bulb. When you're using LEDs, the current is going to be a lot less. Right, so I'm going to have to work out what I'm going to have to use there. But stereo light, I'm going to get it working here. Right, other plans for this amplifier. All the electrolytic capacitors will be replaced. So what they have used here is Nichicon and Sanyo. Most of them are Nichicon, right? There are 2 Elna caps there, the 2 big black filter caps on the power circuit there. They are Elna caps. If I can get Nishikon, I will go with Nishikon there. If I can't, I know I can get Elna caps, right? But let's see what I can get first. So for the inside of this, I'm going to be recapping the device, cleaning it, and seeing if I can get the internal of this thing looking brand new again. There are some nicks and scratches. Well, not scratches. There's a little bit of a nick on this one corner. Yeah, you can see the nick. The rest of it, there's no real scratches or anything. So I think a proper clean on this will do. I must, of course, get the front faceplate off to clean out the dust on the inside of the receiver there. So there with a needle, you will see when I switch it on, you can actually see that the dust is lighting up, so it's brown on the inside because of all the dust. So I need to get the front faceplate off to clean that. Not too difficult. Give this whole thing a work over and get it over and done with. This is going to be it. I'm going to be making a video series on this. I hope you're going to follow me on this journey and get this amplifier, tuner amplifier, back into as close as original condition as we can get. Right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you at a later video.